There will be spoilers ahead. Lots of spoilers, so be careful, won't you?
Hello. Welcome to Topkapi for all your copying needs here at the Max Mike Movies Mall. Why not try our This Looks Like a Good Place for a Stickup promotion, where for every 75 copies you get a pack of sticky notes, smile broadly, absolutely free. How can I help you today? No, sir. We don't carry legendary jewel-encrusted daggers. Yes, I'm very sure. I'm a senior copy associate, so I've been here for 11 weeks. I'd probably have noticed any jeweled cutlery. Have you tried the kitchen supplies store over by the Cinnabon? No, sir, we don't house Turkish antiquities here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I can check with my manager if you want. I'm sorry, would you like a complimentary pack of... Sir, could you please ask your friend to stop climbing out of our ceiling? He's damaging the acoustic tiles. Thank you, sir. Please feel free to scan this QR code to take our online survey and customer satisfaction report, and in it, earn a chance to win fabulous prizes. No, I'm sorry, none of the prizes involve priceless artifacts. Gee, he looked so disappointed. Perhaps he'd cheer up listening to us discuss this week's movie, 1964's Topkapi. Oh, I see the confusion.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of confusion, I'm your host, Max Turkish Taffy Levine, and over there is your host, Mike the Laughing Parrot Loose. Mike, want a cracker? Mike, want a cracker?
No, here, sniff some toner.
Oh, that's good toner.
Tonerific.
But before the toner kicks in...
Bonomo Turkish Taffy.
Yep. Spartan dog, Turkish taffy. But before we get to that, we of course have our...
Poll question.
Last week, we were desperate to know, which actor do you think just doesn't get enough work? And why do you like them? Professor Seth Jacobs responds, Mark Rylance. He's won no fewer than 4 Tony Awards and an Oscar for Bridge of Spies. He should be working 24/7. I think he was the little guy with the glasses at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
He is actually terrific, and yes, he should. Thank you, Seth.
Yeah, I liked that movie. It wasn't one of the big Spielberg films, but...
No, but it was really well done, and that guy was amazing. He was just so underplayed and so subtle.
Yeah.
Keith Wright, best known for the second greatest podcast of all time, Cue Footsteps.
Ooh.
He says, Alfre Woodard, CCH Pounder, I thought they both had a lot of work, but L. Scott Caldwell? Joe Martin, Omari Hardwick, and James Chen. I know you're familiar with some of them, but you can look up the ones who you don't know. Okay, something to check into. Thank you, Keith.
Cool.
Alfre Woodard and CCH Pounder, I know, and they're both awesome. Dave, 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 Dave. Dave says, I like the actors with interesting voices. Don Adams is my hero. Of course he is, and why shouldn't he be?
Don Adams.
And he absolutely did not get enough work in his life. The reason, of course, is that they discontinued Get Smart. It could and should have run longer than Gunsmoke. Just picture him with the great lines of the 20th century. I could have been a contender.
Brilliant. Bravo. Brilliant. Hey, come on. Don Adams sold Skittle Pool.
That's right. Skittle Pool. Just when they think you're out, they pull you back in. And, of course, play it, Sam. If she can stand it, I can stand it. E.T., phone home. It's not right.
Wait, that's... No, that last one. No, that's not Don Adams.
No, that's Kevin Meaney, but...
Eeny, teeny, weeny, meeny.
Hang on. Whenever I go into the character of Don Adams, it gets harder and harder to pull myself back out.
Please do.
Yeah, missed opportunities. I also always wished the Ramones would do another movie.
Well, Dave, I hate to point this out, But they're all dead.
Yeah, shush. Maybe a musical remake of The Three Musketeers with Dolly Parton as Milady de Winter. I would watch that every day.
She's a little experienced for the part, isn't she?
To me, that's not the problem. The part is she's just too darn lovable and nice. And Milady de Winter is supposed to be, nasty and cold. And Dolly...
Yeah, Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah. Dolly Parton, you just want her to make her tea and listen to stories about her family.
Now, how could Dave forget Don Adams' Screen Test, a show that I am amazed has not been remade?
He made that? That was his?
It was called Don Adams' Screen Test,
I forgot that. Oh, wow. I just remember the Screen Test.
His name is in the title. Yes. And for those who don't know, and it's understandable, I think it literally ran one season, if that.
Yeah.
They would have two contestants, and there would be a famous scene from a movie like Casablanca or what have you, and they would be paired up with an actor, and they would remake the scene. Hopefully in their own way, not just doing an impression of whoever originally did it. But I'm amazed that they have not redone this show in some way or another.
Yeah.
You would think with all these reality shows. So, thanks, Dave. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Regan McStravick says, Graham Greene worked a lot, but not enough. Oh, that is so true. Yep. Absolutely. And Sam Rockwell should just be in everything. He kind of is. And, of course, Philip Seymour Hoffman should have lived long enough to be in 1,000 more roles.
Yes.
Yep, no argument. No argument.
No.
No notes. Here we got from Belolading. Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the greatest actors of our age. He has 3 Best Actor Oscars, the most of any man ever.
Ooh.
He's been in films since 1982. Gandhi. He was in Gandhi? I didn't know that.
Me either.
He must have been a kid. Last of the Mohicans, The Crucible, Gangs of New York, There Will Be Blood, Lincoln. It's an amazing series of roles, wherein, of course, in every one of them, he drinks your milkshake.
Yeah.
He's just excellent, authentic, unpredictable, captivating. His filmography is one for the ages, yet he's only been in 21 films over 30 years. In comparison, Meryl Streep, about the same age, has done 79. The explanation is that he's kinda crazy.
Yeah.
Day-Lewis allegedly cannot do theater anymore because he goes off script on stage, breaks down, etc. His method acting is so intense the cast and crew of any film must practice total fealty to him. Yes, sir, Mr. President, and other such nonsense.
Yes, nonsense.
He's retired from acting twice.
Good.
From 1997 to 2000, when he took up a new profession as an apprentice shoemaker in Italy. This is not made up.
Of course he did.
He made shoes. Okay,
but he only makes them for my left foot.
Yeah, very, very limited market. And from 2017 to 2024, he's back now with a new film, Anemone, which I haven't seen. Day-Lewis is an amazing actor. He acts infrequently, which is a shame, but it's probably all he can muster. I know you're no fan of him. I do happen to think he's a brilliant actor. He's just sometimes hard to watch.
I think he's in the upcoming Masters of the Universe film. I'm pretty sure
I bet he isn't.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right, He-Man. I drink your power sword.
Yeah, he's...
Okay, that came out dirtier than I thought it would.
Very dirty. Don't ever mention anybody's power sword ever again. And when you do it, make sure not to go...
That was my next line.
I'm sure it was. That's why I cut you off.
Charles Forsyth writes, I've been thinking about this for a few days, and the only name that pops up in my head is Nicolas Cage, who doesn't get enough work. Nicolas Cage is in all the movies.
He says who definitely
does get enough work. Then I realized I haven't seen Kevin Spacey for a while.
How odd.
Hold on. I'm getting a message from my producer. Holds hand up to earpiece. Yes. Uh-huh. Really? Oh. Puts hand down. Okay, never mind that one. And how come Judy Greer has never been cast in a leading role?
Who's Judy Greer?
I can't believe you don't know who Judy Greer is, he said, hastily typing into the search bar. I know the name. I honestly cannot remember
Pam
who she
Grier.
is. No. Oh, yes, I do. She says, red-haired actress. She's often plays sort of the nasty best friend. You'd know her if you saw her.
Bach.
Yeah, she's in a ton of stuff.
Okay,
I'll take your word for it, Charles, that she deserves to be in more, but thank you. That was all very intriguing.
Yeah. But we still have...
From the lands of the frozen north, Vince, our Canadian connection.
Burns.
Burns.
I don't know why. Burns.
I would like to see John Cho in more things, as he seems to have potential to me. Yeah, but I would really like to see Doug Jones, and I mean really see him. He's known for his work in heavy makeup as aliens and creatures, but when he's out of makeup, he can be just as good. He sings, too.
He does?
Yeah, I only know this from Carpool Karaoke, but he's actually got a very nice voice.
Did not know that. Hey, wait,
Yeah,
Doug Jones can actually get into a car?
Well, he has to fold up his legs like a praying mantis, but yes.
That's what I kind of figured, yeah. So.
Yeah, well, that's a very good one. Thank you, Vince. And up, I see the little red lights going blinky, blinky, just like the little red light in my heart.
Oh, dear God.
Because it's Doris. Doris, my little Turkish delight. What do you have to say?
Hello, Max Mike Movies. Hi, Max. This is Dora Simplemeier here to answer your poll question. I'm going to give you a couple. One lady and one guy. The guy is a repeat of my last week's answer, and that's David Tennant. And David Tennant's done plenty of TV. He's done, Good Omens, and he was Doctor Who and that whole stuff. I want to see him in a movie. I think he is an incredibly talented actor that doesn't get enough of that kind of thing. So give him some more movies. The other one is going to be somebody you've never heard of, I promise, unless you really like English murder mysteries. This lady's name is Frances Barber. That's Baba, like you're cutting your hair, Baba. Anyway, she is an incredibly accomplished actress. She's been in almost every murder mystery in England there ever was, because as everybody knows, there's only 40 actors for all of those shows, and they just keep going around the different ones. But anyway, I think she's wonderful. I've seen her do Shakespeare, and she's amazing. Those are my two. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to hearing next week's episode. And I'll see you later, Max. Bye.
Okay, you're right. I have never heard of Frances Barber, and
Nope.
I wouldn't know her if I tripped over her, but I'll take your word for it. David Tennant, that's true. He's more of a TV guy, but he definitely could do movies.
Gee, I wonder how many times she's been murdered.
Probably many, it sounds like.
You realize that it's a law in Britain that if you are an actor or a comedian, not only do you have to get your own detective show, but you have to be murdered at least once.
Oh, all right. Well,
It's a law.
I mean, if that's the rule, sure. But thank you, Doris. And what about you, Mike? Who's somebody that you think needs to get more work?
Able was I ere I saw Elba. Idris Elba does not get nearly enough screen time. Yes, I love him as Chief Bogo from Zootopia. Apparently, he tends not to get to use his real accent, and a lot of people don't know he's actually British.
Oh, he's very British.
I know, but he keeps having to do American accents and stuff. But I love me some Idris Elba. He's just fun. He's got a great presence. I'm going to put also Mahershala or Mahershala. I don't know how to say his name.
I think it's Mahershala.
I don't see nearly enough of him. And the few times I've seen him, he's just been great. And so, I'm going to put those two on the top of my list. How about you, Max?
Well, I'm going to put well-known background actor Thomas Potter. I think he doesn't get nearly enough work or enough screen time, and I would really like to see him in a lot more pieces. So,
I'll go look him up.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. But these were great answers from everyone except me, and we want more of them. I want to know this. Honestly, this is just for me. I don't know how many people will even find this interesting, but I thought it was kind of cool. Other than cash, what target of a movie heist would you most like to have for your own?
Oh, what do you want to steal?
Yeah, what do you want to steal? Or it doesn't have to be stolen. You could find it lying around.
The word is liberate.
Liberated, yes. What would you like to have? The Holy Grail? Something from this week's movie? Let us know, and I'll tell you how at the end of the show. But before we go on, we have a piece of listener mail.
Listener mail.
From His Excellency, Herr Franz Josef Halbwitz. Gentlemen, in the Inside Man episode, Mike wondered if I knew whether a powerful infrared light could really blind a security camera.
Oh, yeah.
If I knew for a fact if a certain security countermeasure would work, do you think I'd admit it in public? Oh, such admissions could lead to uncomfortable interrogations and/or job offers from vague but menacing government agencies. No thanks. Well, at least the sheriff's secret police will leave him alone.
So he wrote us in to tell us that he knows, but he's not going to tell us.
Basically the equivalent of I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Well, vielen Dank, Herr Halbwitz.
Yeah, very good.
I still want to know.
Let's get to stuff about the movie in... The facts. Budget. I can't say specifically because it's not listed anywhere because this was part of a slate of 6 movies. They used to do this. They'd say, you're going to make this many movies. Here is your total budget.
Oh.
Yeah, for the 6 movies, the budget was $10 million.
Okay. Do you know what the other 5 were?
I do not.
Oh, interesting.
I couldn't find that. So it's probably around 2 or 3 million, and the box office was 7 million.
No.
Not bad.
Which
Not
brings
bad
us
for
to
1964.
Topkapi 2, Topkapi 3,
Yep.
Topkapi 4.
Yep. Topkapi goes to Hawaii. Yep. The
Top
title
cap.
refers... I was going to try that in the opening. The indisputable leader of the gang. Anyway. The title refers not to an alley-dwelling cat who talks like Phil Silvers, but to the Topkapi Palace, built by the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II in 1459 after the fall of the Byzantine Empire. It's so embarrassing. I was sure it was built in 1458.
I'm ashamed to know you.
Yep, the Ottoman Sultans. I had never heard of this. I didn't even know what the title referred to. The Ottoman Sultans made the Topkapi Palace their main residence for 400 years. Became a museum in 1924. Its hundreds of rooms contain numerous collections of historical and religious relics, treasures, and jewelry. Topkapi literally means cannon gate in Turkish.
Of course it does.
Yes. The dagger itself that is in this movie, encrusted with jewels and 4 big honkin' emeralds, is real and is often referred to as the Topkapi dagger. Also, fun fact, it has a clock built into the pommel. We don't get to see that. I would have liked to see that.
It probably doesn't run anymore.
Peter Ustinov, or Ustinov, depending how you want to pronounce it, who is in this movie, yes he is, oh yes he is, he won the Oscar for the Best Supporting Actor for this movie.
Really?
It's a second win. The first one was for Spartacus.
Ah.
I mean Spartacus. Yes.
Oh. He was in that, really?
He was a slave merchant.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. This also was the only Oscar this movie was nominated for.
Ouch.
Interesting thing with the credits, at the beginning the title and the technical credits are shown, but the actors or the producer-director aren't mentioned at all. However, at the end, the words, "There they go again," are seen, and all the leading actors appear in a snowbound setting together with their names. Then the names of all the other actors, together with the name of the producer-director, appear on screen. Nobody knows why. This movie was cited by Bruce Geller, the guy who created the series Mission Impossible, as the inspiration for this series.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that. I mean, there's a
Kinda.
Kreplakistan-like quality to Turkey.
Well, I thought there's a scene during the heist where I was like, oh, that's where Tom Cruise got the whole dangling from the ceiling like a puppet.
Yeah, I guess so. Da, 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 da. That's the entire background music for the all series of Mission Impossible. That's it.
That's it?
Yep. Every episode you will hear that little tune.
Oh, God, so it's sort of like the equivalent of...
No, Gilligan's Island had many pieces written by Johnny... Yeah, no, never mind.
Johnny Williams.
Yeah,
Johnny Williams.
Yeah.
Clever little Johnny Williams. Turkish authorities reviewed the script and monitored the production as a previous Hollywood film had cast the country in a negative light. Can you believe it?
What? Everyone loves the Turks.
And this was, in fact, filmed both in Greece and in Turkey, in Istanbul.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not Constantinople.
No, just Istanbul, not Constantinople. It's been a long time. Anyway, the director, Jules Dessin, also had to shoot the robbery in such a way as to not compromise the security of the real museum where the filming took place.
Wait, there wasn't an actual floor that if you stepped on it with the slightest pressure like that of a small bird, it would actually make an alarm?
Yes, and then go off if you stepped off it. Yeah, we'll get to that. The director, by the way, it went on to marry the female lead, Melina Mercouri, a couple of years after the film was released, and they stayed married until her passing in 1994.
Aww.
Isn't that nice? Originally, the director wanted to cast Peter Sellers as Arthur Simon Simpson.
Simpson, the French, is it?
The French, is it? Yeah, great. I was going to use that in part of the plot anyway.
Sorry.
And hoped to cast, get this, Orson Welles as Cedric Page.
Oh.
Welles flat out said no, and Sellers dropped out later because the production was delayed from May to August. So he was replaced by Ustinov, who Sellers replaced in The Pink Panther in 1963.
So there.
Peter Ustinov was supposed to be Inspector Clouseau.
Huh. I wonder if he would have been as racist as Peter Sellers.
I don't know.
Oops.
It's kind of hard to picture.
Oops.
The scenes at the Harbor and Yacht Club were filmed in Kavala, Greece. Peter Ustinov asks a clergyman if he's aware that St. Paul passed through the region. St. Paul, in fact, did land at the old port of Neapolis,
Megalopolis? Oh, no.
Megalopolis. He's on Stopulus. Present-day Kavala is close to the Turkish border, so driving to Istanbul wouldn't have been a weird endeavor.
You know, Kavala will win.
He will. Kalevala, stand before us.
No, Kalevala is a whole other thing.
Oh, a whole other kettle of fish, yep. Replicas of the emerald and diamond dagger are still one of the most popular tourist souvenirs in Turkey, even today.
And can be obtained with 3,000 bumpy bucks through the Bumpy Hut catalog.
Yep. It's right there on page 2 to the n-1. The scene where Arthur mentions to tourists that je parle Belgique, I speak Belgian, is a joke in itself, as there is no such language as Belgian.
No.
The official languages are French, Flemish, and German.
Oh, excuse me. I'm speaking Flemish. I can say that because I'm Belgian. It's true.
You're not a Frenchie, you're a Belgian.
Well, I'm both, actually, and everything else.
An article in the LA Times noted that the director, Jules Dessin, had plans for a sequel titled The Crown Jewels, using the principal cast for this film, but it was never made.
Aww.
It's kind of hinted at in the end credits where they're going to the USSR. Now, this one, I'm sorry, this ruined the whole movie for me.
Aww.
When Simpson is starting to walk away from the hotel, he's holding a copy of Mr. Universe magazine.
Yeah.
However, the cover image is from the May-June 1963 edition of Mr. America magazine. Worst movie ever.
We're going to be coming back to that.
Yep. The cruise escape is by zipline, which at the time was not a fun thing for tourists, but used almost entirely by the military.
And thieves.
And thieves.
And spies. And thieves. And spies.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
Every night the men would come around.
Oh, yeah, lay their money down. Yep. Unless you've got anything else, that's pretty much all the stuff I could find.
No, I looked up the dagger in the museum and stuff, and you already did that. Mm-hmm. I had a feeling that you might, because I wasn't sure, but I had a guess that trivia would be thin.
It is a little thin on the ground.
Yeah, that's all right. Not as thin as some films we've done.
No.
The only other thing I have is the dagger was actually made as a peace offering to the Shah of Iran, and they sent 1,000 people off to bring it to him, but he died like a few days before receiving it, so they just turned around and brought it home. Oh, and they don't mention this, but there's a whole bunch of rose-cut diamonds on the thing, too. It's like, diamonds. So, yeah.
Yeah, but those emeralds are huge.
I believe the word is
to find
honkin. They're big honkin emeralds. That's the type of emerald they are.
For some reason, they decided to cut like cabochon instead of faceted. I don't know why you do that with an emerald.
Hey.
There's a reason there's a thing called an emerald cut.
You can always go back and recut them because they're huge.
Yeah.
But anyway, why don't you boil this down, would you?
Oh, boy. I will boil that cabbage down. Elizabeth Lipp, played by Melina Mercouri, loves emeralds. I mean, really loves emeralds. I mean, in a should we leave you and the emeralds alone for an hour way? And who has the best emeralds? Why, the fabulous jeweled dagger in Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, not Constantinople as we mentioned earlier. Well, I guess Elizabeth will just have to settle for looking at it on display. Just kidding, she wants to steal the dagger and make urns full of money. To do this, She recruits Walter, a charming Swiss rogue who puts together a team of complete nobodies. Clever. None of them have any kind of a criminal record, so they won't raise any suspicion. There's the muscle, Hans, who just wants to pump you up. And his pal Silent Bob, Julo, the human fly who never speaks.
Julio.
And finally, Julio, as in Ernst and Julio Gallo.
No.
And finally, there's Cedric Page, the toy maker. Tech guy. The computer guy from before there were computer guys. Together, they hatch a cunning plan. But they need one more component. An Oscar-winning actor, a bumbling con man named Arthur Simpson. Simpson. French, is it? There, I did it anyway. Played by Peter Ustinov. Initially, Simpson is just supposed to drive a car from Greece to Istanbul for them. Unbeknownst to Arthur, the car is stocked with weapons for the heist. Arthur gets caught. Oh, noes! The Turkish police think Arthur is a terrorist smuggling weapons for an assassination attempt at an upcoming military parade. That's okay. Arthur will probably be sent to one of Turkey's famously luxurious and pleasant prison where he'll be well murdered. Taken care of! Unless he turns stool pigeon and spies on the gang to prove that they themselves are naughty spies. Poor Arthur. Of course he agrees, and some wacky misunderstandings cause him to report that the gang are Russian spies. Oopsie doodle, comrade. But then Arthur finds himself drawn actively into the heist with the promise of some of that sweet, sweet green. So suddenly he's a jewel thief too. Who knew? Plans are planned, stunts are performed, wrestlers are oiled. Will they get away with it, or will it all go to the birds? See what I did there? Let's find out.
Don't do it again.
The film.
Now, Max, I don't think either of us had ever seen this. Is that correct?
No, I've heard of it for years, but I'd never seen it.
Did you know anything? You didn't know anything about it? Me either. I knew the title. I knew it was a heist film, and that was it.
That is it. I didn't know who was in it. I knew nothing.
Thank you, General. No, that was Sergeant Schultz.
Schultz?
Yeah, not General Burkhalter. Okay. Why do I know these things?
Idiot.
His name was John Banner. Ow, it hurts. Yeah. It hurts.
I want to send a banner grab. So,
well, you
But
can't.
let's talk about our cast before we go even deeper down that rabbit hole. Melina Mercouri, who I actually know from another movie.
Really?
She was directed by the same director. It was called Never on a Sunday.
Oh.
Which is actually kind of an adorable comedy. Takes place in a little town in Greece.
My first note on her was, who is this deranged woman?
She's very good at being over the top. She can also be fairly underplayed.
Yeah, she's kind of scary.
Yeah, she is. But
the makeup that they're making her wear, which is very of the time, so little sort of heavy eyeliner and little kitty cat flips at the ends and stuff. It's not really a look you want to focus in on, and they do lots of close-ups with her, and it's like, okay.
I like the fact that they don't really hide the fact that she is, as they say, a woman of a certain age. She was 44 when she made this movie.
But they do one thing that I'm like, okay. So they dye her hair, but they don't dye it blonde. They dye it yellow. It is not blonde. It is a very obviously fake apple juice yellow. It is just...
Yeah, this is like what you ask for your wall to be painted. Yep.
Yeah. So she's interesting.
I think she's fascinating. She's got real charisma. It's kind of hard to look away from her.
Well, they don't let you. The camera's constantly in her face. So she's interesting. I could tell that she was probably a big deal in European films. Like, I bet she had quite the career. I don't know, but I'm guessing she did.
She really did. And we've got Peter Ustinov.
From Logan's Run.
The biggest name in this. Yeah.
For us.
Logan's Run. Yeah. Did you notice, by the way, his character's name, Arthur Simon Simpson, the initials are ass?
I did not until you just mentioned that.
Yep. And now that's all you're going to be able to think of, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, not till later, but we'll get back to that. So I think he really brings a personification to the word bumbling that I don't often see in films.
I mean, both Elizabeth and Walter refer to him, and it's perfect, although I don't know why they would know Yiddish. They call him a schmo.
Yeah.
And he is. He is the personification of schmo.
Do you think he was deserving of an Oscar? I mean, I don't know what else was going on that year for films, but do you think this is an Oscar-worthy performance?
Honestly, I kind of do. I think he shows a lot of range. I even like when he's portraying being afraid of heights. It's very convincing.
Yeah.
His uncertainty comes across very well. And apart maybe from her, I think he's probably the best in the movie.
I think
we can talk about how much that means later.
Yeah. I think that his character never becomes something it isn't, which I think is good. There's never that moment where it's like, I found my bravery. You know, like, he is not a character that you really need or want to have an arc. He gets slightly more capable, but all the time you can tell he does not realize the path that he's gone down. And he will not realize it for a number of years hence, even when he goes to Turkish prison, just like Peter Graves did. And oh no, he never went to Turkish prison. He just liked to talk about it.
He just wanted to know who did.
Yeah. So,
get out of Turkish prison.
Then Maximilian Schell and Tia Bologna.
There's a deeper.
Yeah.
Yep. Maximilian Schell, who we know from all sorts of stuff.
I think he was in Space 1999. I think that's the only reason I know him.
No, he was in The Black Hole. He was in
yeah. That's right.
He won an Oscar for his portrayal in Judgment at Nuremberg.
Yep. Okay.
And of course, I cannot believe you forgot his amazing turn as Hamlet in the made-for-TV version of Hamlet that they riffed on Misty Science Theater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't watch it. Don't like it. It's boring. That one.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
He's the young go-get-em guy. He's fine. You know, he and Elizabeth have a thing going, and that's fine. I actually like the fact that she keeps trying to tempt him with sex and stuff, and he's like, we might have sex, but I'm not doing everything you say. I'm the planning guy, so we'll deal with your emerald fixation, but we're going to do it my way. So
I'm not dressing up as an emerald for you.
His emerald suit.
Yep.
Maybe he's Green Lantern. I don't know.
Ooh.
Then we have Robert Morley, who is, if you've seen in British things from the 50s and 60s, it's him.
That was him. Yes. Yep. If you've seen a British movie, he's the guy.
Yeah. It's either him or Terry Thomas. Like, literally, it's one of the two of them. Terry Thomas is the one with the gap between his front teeth. I mean, Robert Morley is Robert Morley.
Does the same thing pretty much every time.
Yeah.
And he's good at it, but...
Sure.
He's kind of odd to be in this, you know?
Yeah, he really feels like he should be in Mr. Frabtabulous's Amazing Carbunculus Machine. You know what I mean? That kind of British kids film. But
I mean, he's done a ton of stuff. I mean, he's done disturbing things. You and I saw him in Theater of Blood.
Yeah. I think that if he isn't in Around the World in 80 Days, he should have been.
He is.
There we go.
Yep.
See? Perfect. That's where he should be in.
Yeah.
Now, the star of this film, I think we'll both agree, is Jess Hahn as Hans Fischer.
Oh, definitely.
Do you think that his voice was ever actually in the film? Because I'm not sure it was.
Yes, it was in the ashtray and the fireplace.
I think it's what they call dubbed.
Pretty heavily, yes. Because, Jess Hahn, big surprise, is in fact a German actor.
Yeah.
And doesn't really speak English so good.
No, but it's also the voices. You know how you hear a voice and you're looking at the person speaking, you're like, those two things don't quite go together. I think he was dubbed. I don't know. He plays the strong man who then gets his hand smashed into a door, and so I can't do the strong man things. So, of course, they turn to Peter Ustinov.
Right, because you look at that man and there is a pillar of muscle waiting to be utilized.
And then the next character, played by Gilles Segal, I don't know this for a fact. My feeling is he didn't speak English, but boy, is he purdy.
I couldn't say if he does, but he did almost exclusively French movies.
Yeah, and he played the human fly character Julio.
Yeah,
and
he's
Julio
the acrobat.
Certainly is. He certainly is. He was. So he doesn't speak. He's a mute for. Yeah. I literally think it's when you see Peter Ustinov raise his hand, you nod and walk off screen.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yep, and then of course we have Akim Tamiroff as the cook, a.k.a. Hello, I am your comic relief.
I thought he was funny. I actually liked him. I don't know what point he really needed to have in that film, but he was funny. So, yeah. But
and he and Ustinov played off each other very well.
Yeah, but One of our favorites, because he has been in literally everything, is Titos Vandas, who has been married. I mean, you name a show from the 60s, 70s, probably even to the 80s. Do you need a Greek? Here you go.
Yep. He's in everything you ever wanted to know about sex, but were afraid to ask. Isn't he in an episode of MASH?
He was King of the Gypsies on a Mary Tyler Moore episode.
Yeah.
And Titos, in this one, he's actually kind of sinister, and it works fine. He's a very solid actor, and he's always at least fun. So yeah,
he's one of those guys that they would hire him because he showed up on time. He never missed a mark.
Yeah,
he just seems to
very professional.
Way to go, Titos.
Yeah,
and the rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that Seni Orkan plays the guy in the sunglasses.
I think so. Yes,
when he showed up.
He's first one.
Yes, first shadow. When he first shows up, all I could think was, Vargas does not drink. Vargas does not make love. Because it's exactly what he looks like from, that would have been Thunderball. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the rest of them are there, and they're fine.
They exist. So I got to say, the guys playing the Turkish intelligence officers, I'm kind of surprised the Turkish folks who were monitoring this film kind of let that get away, because these guys are, and this will relate to our questions at the end, one could question their competency somewhat.
Well, what do you mean? Because I don't know that I necessarily agree.
Really?
Well, I mean, yes, they hired Peter Ustinov to spy for them. Okay.
Yeah. And they're so absolutely convinced that they're dealing with terrorists, it never even occurs to them until literally the second to last scene that they're dealing with thieves.
Well, to be fair, they say that there is this big presentation parade thing, and they are worried that there is an assassination attempt. So somebody drives into the country and they've got a gun and smoke grenades. I don't really blame them for being detoured that way, which was the point in a way, because they talk about the fact that or I should say Walter and Elizabeth, expect Arthur to be taken aside and brought to jail. They just figure, good, that means they won't be thinking about it. So I think he's actually meant as a smokescreen.
They weren't supposed to search the car. They weren't supposed to find the guns.
Yeah, and they weren't hidden all that well.
Not so well, no. They were basically inside the car door, which is honestly one of the first place customs officials look, because there's a fair amount of room in there.
I also have to say, too, choosing to hire Arthur Simpson worked out great, because he did a really good job. He kept putting notes in cigarette packs. They knew who the people, they were looking into this all along.
He got the names all right.
Yeah, at a certain point, he's just like, oh, I guess I'm a thief now, so I'm going to stop selling you cigarette packets. Like, that's literally what happened. So I don't know that I necessarily agree with them being bumbling.
Okay.
I think that they were very well deflected. It's just, I was never sure if, because they say, what if they search the car? Oh, well, he'll go to prison. Ha, 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 ha. Pass me some champagne. So I couldn't tell if that was serious or not, but I will say the opening of the film was kind of its time, but also in that weird foreign film kind of thing. Part of me wanted to listen for that part where the peacock comes out and it says, brought to you in living color on NBC.
Yeah, they were really into the color. Well, I don't know what the hell it was with the psychedelic opening and the weird color filter over Elizabeth when she's first walking.
Yeah.
The thing that also threw me is, first thing she does is break the fourth wall. She starts talking to the audience.
Yeah.
Once. And then never again.
She kind of does at the end when she talks about the plan, but she never really looks right at the camera.
No, she's talking to them, but I'm a thief. Honest.
I will admit, I forgot about it after it happened. Like I did. I was just sitting there going, yes, color film. We know what color film is. I'm glad you're using all the colors. That's great. How well. Yeah. And also playing the weird music, and we're seeing roulette wheels and stuff, which have, let's see, nothing to do with the plot. It's like there's no casino or anything. I did, however, start to wonder.
Carnival.
Yeah, I guess it is carnival-like. But I did start to wonder, with all this weird color stuff going on, is there going to be a pink diamond popping up anywhere? Because it kind of,
Well, it's right around that era.
I know.
Came out the year before.
And you told us about the connection with Peter Ustinov, so there you go.
Yep.
And Peter Sellers, so yeah. But yeah, I thought she was very strange, and I really wasn't sure what her deal was. But luckily, we then go from her to the horror toy shop. as run by Cedric
Yeah.
Page. Here, kids, want a nightmare?
I have in my notes, Cedric's house is nightmare fuel.
Well, I'm just...
Like he's got all of these moving toys everywhere and music boxes and pseudo robots.
I mean, were you waiting for a short figure to wander in and say, good evening, JF? Because I was.
I did. I absolutely was.
It was very strange, but...
Yeah.
So the time period this film was made in, this is the 60s. And
Early 60s,
to quote Patton Oswalt, one of our favorite people to quote, this is back when you would get on a plane and everyone was a spy. Like, even London was exotic for the time because most people couldn't fly. It was still people who owned actual suits and actual dresses, and they would wear them on planes. And there is something I will say about this film, is it still makes these places feel exotic. Oh my God, Istanbul. Nobody goes to Istanbul. Are you kidding? Did you feel the same way?
Actually, a lot of people go there, but yeah.
Well, now.
I gotta say, they really were like, hi, we're in Istanbul, and you better believe it. So we're going to show you the hell out of Istanbul.
Yeah.
And the thing I liked is they don't just show you, oh, look, here is, on the right is a famous Viking snowbank. On the left is a famous Viking snowbank. They show you the people and the markets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they made it very real. And you saw, like, okay, these are not American extras dressed up.
No.
I thought it gave a really interesting feel for the place.
It did. And it does really sort of underline the fact that this is a film of a different time. Like the way it's shot, the exoticness of it. Quite honestly, I hate to put it this way, but the small number of white people lets you know that this is not anywhere near current day. It did feel a little like a travelogue at time because they kept showing...
Parts of it did.
Yeah. One of the things they show, I'm going to skip ahead, why not, is we get to something that I didn't know about, but I've never actually seen depicted, and that is men's Turkish oil wrestling.
I was going to say, there's a fair amount in this movie that's just for Mike.
Oh, dear gods.
I didn't know about this either. They have like a coliseum with huge, powerfully built men wearing only very small, tight pants, not shorts, pants, and oiling up and then wrestling apparently all day. Because it doesn't end until nightfall when there's two left.
My favorite part is when they've used up their opponent, they put them in a stack. Like they literally start stacking
just pile them up like cardboard,
But, wow, I was sitting there going, this is literally the gayest thing I have ever... Now, it's not, don't go there. However, I did find out the Ottoman Empire decriminalized same-sex relationships in 1858.
Oh, wow.
They were very ahead of that.
That's
apparently,
very forward-thinking.
Yeah, pederasty was still a thing because that was traditional, which we call child abuse, but there you go.
In Turkey, how do you separate the men from the boys?
With a crowbar.
Yep.
Now, that being said, I don't know that attitude is still there. But I'm watching this oil, and the only reason that this scene is there is because the thieves are using it as a distractionary tool for their, their police followers.
As we're following them, and boy, does it work.
Everyone's really into this. Now, to be fair, I can understand how 10% of the population would be really into it. Because, dear gods, it's like, like UFC is bad enough, but UFC, you don't show them oiling each other up beforehand. And in UFC, you're not allowed to shove your hand down the pants. That is legal moves in Turkish oil wrestling.
Yes, and the winner kisses the loser on the head several times.
Yeah, I don't want to dwell on this, but I kind of want to dwell on it, if you know.
It is one of the most homoerotic scenes in movies of that era since Spartacus, quite honestly.
And I know I'm not supposed to think about it like that it's a very honored tradition and so on and so forth, but wow. If it's either this or the gay hockey show, take your pick. I don't know which one's gayer. But Turkish oil wrestling.
Elizabeth was really into it too. And
Grandma was really into it. She's sitting there feeling up Peter Ustinov.
Oh no, I got the feeling she was more worried. I was like, oh, does she have a boy down there? Is like her kid down there?
I don't want my young man hurt. He's not hurting. I think he's having a really good time, just so you know.
Yep.
Yeah, again, shouldn't look at it this way, I know, but It's really hard not to look at it this way.
It kind of is hard. It really is.
Yeah. So I also wondered at one point, because of the bit of trivia you brought up, there's a one point we see Peter Ustinov wandering around with this Mr. Universe magazine, and it's like, what does that mean? Like, why would you have him holding that prop?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to suggest that he's, I don't know. Did you get anything from that?
That was part of it. I also noticed when he's hanging out with the woman Vula, who is like his compatriot, and she starts trying to kiss him, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
But he pulls away. He's not being disgusted. He's not angry at her, but it's just like, ew.
Girl germs.
Girl. So there might have been some subtext there. I mean, good heavens, the relationship between Hans and Giulio, they're all over each other.
Yeah, but you can't tell if it's not that European, we don't mind showing affection kind of thing, which is honestly a way better way of looking at things, but whatever.
Yeah. You go to Italy and men will hold hands, straight men will hold hands, they'll sit on each other's laps. They are nowhere near as stupid about it as we are here.
No. I was in Europe recently and saw that, guys just doing this. It's like, they're not gay, they're just friends. You can do that. Now, I will never do that with Max. Ugh. But...
Yeah. What you mean?
Like spam. Anyway, yes, Turkish.
How nice.
No. Wouldn't you feel weird if I started holding your hand?
Maybe, unless you started singing the Beatles song.
Which Beatles song? Help?
I want to hold your hand. No, I would be singing Help. That scene was definitely Mike's Turkish delight. But
oh dear God, yeah.
What about the actual heist sequence? They're clambering on the roofs. When
we finally get to it? Because that was the thing I was going to ask is, what did you think about the pacing?
I got to say, this movie can get really slow a number of times.
When does it speed up?
At the end.
No, it doesn't. The damn heist gets even slower.
Yeah, but the heist, to me anyway, that was so tense.
It was tense.
Moved along really well. I thought they built the tension really well.
And... they leave out some stuff that I'm glad they leave out. Like, when everything is said and done, we do not have to see them pull Giulio out.
We don't have to watch him reverse his tracks back in.
No.
That was a nice touch. I thought that was impressive.
The problem I had with the heist sequence is that at the end of a slowly paced film, while it does do very well at depicting tension and eliciting tension, at that point I'm like, okay, can we please hurry this up a little? Like it was slowness on top of slowness. And I wish the rest of the film had been quicker. And that way this, I think, not only would have worked better, but I wouldn't have been so anxious to get it over with.
Yeah, I think that's fair. If it had stayed slow-paced, you could sort of go leisurely and look around at the scenery more, but then suddenly we're supposed to be deeply engaged and really tense, which I was.
Yeah.
But it was jarring.
Yeah.
The whole mood changes. I mean, again, this is a sequence where I really liked Peter Ustinov's performance.
Yes.
He's trying so hard. Poor Arthur doesn't want to be the guy who screws it up. But the other thing, I'm like, you didn't practice? Because he's obviously never actually tried to pull Giulio up with a rope. Well,
he pulled Elizabeth on a couch.
That's about the same thing. Sure.
It was the timing. Like, they were like, we have to go now, which is the only reason that they decided to even consider taking Arthur Simpson, the maker of quality stringettes. So, yeah, again,
string.
I think that there was some very good tension in the end scene. It's just the rest of the film was so languidly paced, which, to be fair, is not unlike a lot of films of the era. But this one is even more languidly paced. Like, Charade, I don't consider particularly languidly paced, and it's made, I think, a couple of years before this. So, but, there you go.
So now we get to our famous questions.
Famous.
I've heard of them.
The definition of fame. Max has heard of it.
Yep. 1. Is the loot worth all the effort? Hell yeah!
Well, now let me ask you, because I know that you do have an interest and a knowledge base of precious and semi-precious stones.
Yeah.
Assuming the size in the film, and I looked at the real dagger, they're not really, one of them is kind of grandma's doorknob sized. It's pretty huge. Emeralds of that size, would it be worth going after them with this big heist?
That's the question, because it's not so much a question of emeralds of that size, because emeralds that size would be worth zillions. It would be worth an enormous amount of money.
Okay.
The larger the gem, the more per carat it's worth. You know, a 1 carat diamond might be worth $10,000. A 5 carat isn't just worth 50,000; it could be worth 100,000
because the
larger stones are rarer.
Okay.
The thing is, these are probably next to the crown jewels of England. These are probably some of the most recognizable stones in the world. So you couldn't sell them like that. You'd have to cut them up.
Well, and that
unless you found a collector, unless you found someone. And they never mention that they have a buyer lined up or anything. But
that's what I was going to bring up. It's like she talks about, I love emeralds, darling. I love emeralds. Are she just stealing those because she wants them? Or are they going to try and sell them because they're talking about all this money they're going to get? So to be fair,
where's it coming from?
We found out later because of the research that there's all these diamonds that are on there that might be able to sell the diamonds and then keep the emeralds. But like, who's going to be okay with that? I don't know.
It's not clear. And they don't really point that out. So
the honkin' size emeralds, because that's the proper term, those would be worth the risk.
A lot.
Okay.
Yes, those would be. And for just the historical value, that thing would be worth tens of millions of dollars, even then.
Okay. So the answer to number one is yes.
Literally no way to put a price on it. Yeah. Number 2, is the plan believable?
I would say for the most part it is. It's very, except for I know you wanted to bring up the amazing floor.
The pressure sensors, we'll get to that.
But, you know, what they're doing, okay, we can't be on the floor. Well, there could have been an electric eye that they're avoiding too. That's fine. The fact that they're coming in through a small window, quite honestly, probably didn't have a lot of high-tech surveillance equipment in that museum at that time.
They wouldn't have had cameras. They wouldn't have a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think is reasonably believable. The only part I have trouble with is, like I say, they didn't at least get on the roof of their villa and try to see if Peter Ustinov could pull Giulio up.
Yeah.
They didn't practice. They didn't teach him how to do it, or at least we don't see it.
Right.
Which is the same thing in a movie.
Right.
We don't see it, and we don't hear it referred to. So
and
most of it is.
Nobody says, I'm in.
For which I am deeply, deeply grateful. So I'd say kinda.
Sure.
Does the security as depicted make sense? Oh, boy.
Well, what security?
Some of it does. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's 3 guards they refer to. There are 3 guards in this warehouse o' treasure.
Yeah.
No! There'd be an entire platoon.
Yeah.
And the pressure-sensitive floor, okay, yes, that is a thing. That is real. It might even have been real in 1964. The idea is that when you step on it, it starts to alarm, and then you take your foot off and it stops. No. Why would it stop?
Well,
you want people to hear it. If it stops, someone might miss it.
To be fair, we only see that happen when Cedric Page is doing it in his little horror toy shop thing.
Yeah, but they're saying it's the same mechanism.
My feeling was that in the demonstration, they did it because they didn't want to have to keep turning it off all the time when they were demonstrating how it worked. But that being said, looking at the floor, knowing that this is like a mosaic floor that dates back to the 15th century, it's like, oh, you're going to rip that whole thing up and then put this thing in? No.
Yeah.
And I also say the lighthouse. If I lean on this gear, the lighthouse stops moving. Nope, did not buy it at all.
No. If you lean on this gear, your hand gets torn off.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that we've got this little tiny brace that Giulio puts on the edge of the window to help pulley up that glass case. No.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, that part didn't. Yeah. So I'd say 50-50.
Yeah.
Are the cops, guards, defenders too underpowered?
Well, there's not enough of them.
Yeah. But they don't seem like idiots. I mean, they get fooled, but, you kind of understand. You hear a woman laughing mysteriously in the dark. You go look.
How do you not find the parrot? That's what I want.
I don't know how you don't find the glowing parrot with the flashing eyes that's laughing.
Especially when it stops laughing and the guard goes, and goes back to his shack.
Well, I guess they'll do that sort of thing there.
Oh, the bushes, yeah, sure. That's what the Turkish accent.
That's my flawless Turkish accent. It's exactly the way they speak in Istanbul, like a native I am.
I can actually say hello and how are you in Turkish, I'll have you know.
Oh, wow. How do you say hello?
Merhaba.
Merhaba?
Merhaba.
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 Oh yeah, if you watch this movie carefully, you do learn how to say you're under arrest in Turkish.
Which I forgot. But no, I used to have a coworker who was who grew up in Turkey, and then said, "How do you say hello?" And so he made me say it, and I had not to say goodbye to. So there you go.
Cool. And finally, do we find ourselves rooting for the heisters?
Well, it's either that or Vargas with his glasses.
Yes, Vargas does not make love. Yeah, no, it's kinda. I find myself rooting for Arthur because he's sort of the everyman schlub.
Yeah, or schmo.
The others, I get a schmo. Yeah,
I mean
I think so. I don't particularly like a lot of them.
I mean, Elizabeth Lipp is weird. I'm sorry, she's just weird.
She's very strange.
Walter's fine.
And not just for the emerald fetish.
Yeah, Walter's fine. Yeah, I guess one of the only likable characters is Arthur Simpson. Otherwise, they're fine, but we don't really have an emotional attachment to them, I don't think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I would agree with that. I mean, sort of.
Yeah, so I'd give that again a maybe, sort of, some.
So,
but you know what that brings us to?
What?
God, I hoped you knew. I have no idea. I'm so lost. We now to the wrap up. The finish.
So, Max.
Huh? What?
Yes, exactly. What did you think of Topkapi?
I thought it was fun. I liked Peter Ustinov. I loved the scenes of Istanbul.
Calm down.
I know. I'm sorry. I can barely contain myself.
We noticed.
I think it's decent. I think it's pretty good. It didn't blow me away, you know?
Yeah.
I like the fact that they used real historical artifacts, you know? That's a real the dagger's real and all. And I want to talk about the ending.
Yeah.
Hang on. What did you think?
I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's very, very slow. The things I do like about it, I like the exotic feel to it. Like, we're not going to try and pretend Istanbul is anything but what it is. We're just going to show it to you. We're going to put our actors there, and that's an area of the world you probably haven't been to, and this is what it looked like. And now we're going to have 30 minutes of men greasing each other up.
Wasn't quite that long.
No.
To me, it felt that way, but probably felt like 2 minutes to you.
Yeah. So it was just slow. It was of its time. I didn't really care that much about the heist. I'll leave because I know you want to talk about the ending. I'll leave my opinion about that off too. But I don't think it's a film that has really aged all that well. It just, and also, this day and age, if you tried to release a film that was mostly starring people from around the world or people you'd never heard of, wouldn't fly at all. So I'm actually kind of pleased and surprised that it did as well as it did.
I can also see how it inspired a lot of other movies.
Sure.
A lot of other heist movies clearly owe some DNA to this.
But the ending.
They get caught.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, they're caught and they go to Turkish prison, which I have to say is the nicest looking Turkish prison I ever imagined. Turkish prisons, anybody ever see Midnight Express? They are legendarily horrible.
Nope, I haven't seen it.
It's a nightmare.
I guarantee I don't want to go there.
No, you do not want to go to prison in Turkey.
No.
You absolutely don't. So they end up in a Turkish prison. They're apparently getting out the next day, which makes it look like they've been, judging by Walter's facial hair, they've been in prison for about, 2-3 months. When considering they're guilty of stealing historical artifacts in Turkey, I'm amazed they didn't just shoot them.
Yes, especially that particular dagger, right?
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big part of Turkish identity.
But still, it's also a bummer. Like, we've gone through this whole film and we're supposed to be allied with these people. In the end, it's like, and I actually do like the way that they get caught. Because they're like, we had, we're not going to assassinate anybody. What are you talking about? It's like, why are they here? Oh, well, I'm going to let them go. Wait, what? There was a bird in the museum. Aha! Like, now they get it. And I kind of like that part. But the ending's a bummer. It's a letdown. And they're like,
but they try to play it like a sitcom.
Well, here's a question I have for you. Is this supposed to be a comedy?
I don't think so. I mean, Peter Ustinov is funny, but
that's the way it's listed partially on IMDb, caper, adventure, comedy. And I was like, I wonder if it's supposed to be a comedy.
If I was asked, I'd say no. I think there's comic elements.
Yeah.
The cook, Peter Ustinov, they're funny.
Robert Morley.
Yeah, Robert Morley is
Notice how they don't give him much to do during the actual theft.
No.
Probably a good idea.
Probably, although he's very good at making Elizabeth laugh when they're recording her laugh for the parrot.
Yeah. I'm not going to recommend it. I think it's just way too much of its time, too slow. Maybe it was influential, but
That whole, here we go again, that was jarring.
Yeah. I mean,
it didn't just...
They left out the ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, but that's about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Or like the iris in, or
Yeah.
a heart going in, or something like that.
Or a wink.
Not as good as a wink to the blind bat.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go with no.
I would recommend it if you want just for historical value, because it is part of the history of heist movies, and a lot of people watch this, and it influenced a lot of people, but unless you're really in the mood for a languid film, yeah, I'd say pass it.
But if you are in the mood for a languid film, why not answer our poll question?
Wait, what?
Well, you screwed up my earlier one, so I had to come up with something.
Yep, placed on my own petard.
What
Ouch.
is our new poll question, Max?
I want to know, and Mike desperately wants to know, other than cash, what target of a movie heist of any sort would you most like to have for your own? And you can answer that question by going to our website at maxmikemovies.com and leaving a comment. See what I did there?
Many times.
You can also leave suggestions for movies in a series, suggestions for other series, interact with our clever regulars like Vince or Cheese Boy or anyone else.
Yeah.
You can also email us directly at us, because that's who we are, at maxmikemovies.com. You can find us on medium social things. Go ahead. You know you want to say it.
Yeah, it's Facebook and Bluesky. But also, hey, this is episode 384.
Oh,
384, which means
184.
400's coming up. If you
Help me!
have any ideas of something you would like to hear us do for episode 400, please
give us ideas,
because we ain't got none.
We got zilch.
Yeah.
I don't want to do with the floor 400 blows.
No, that's supposed to be very violent. No. Yeah. Anyway, what else can they do?
Well, you can find us on the podcast app of your choice. Yep. And of course, like my little snickerdoodle Doris, you can call our hotline and leave a clever voice message at 617-398-7266. 617-398-7266. We are coming to the close of this series.
Yes.
We got one movie, The Final Countdown, the last movie, The Last Crusade, Turkish Taffy. I don't know. I'm out, all right?
I'm going to sink this biznatch.
Yes, that. So what are we watching next week, Mike?
Well, I have actually been hinting about what film we are going to finish this series with all through this show.
I have missed the hints completely.
Really? Well, if you will put together the 1960s.
1960s.
If you will put together a film that was supposed to star one of the stars of this film, and if you put that together with a pink diamond, you might come up with...
Steven Universe.
The Pink Panther. Yes.
Oh,
the original, not the one with Steve Martin. We want to go right for the racism. Because we know it's there.
Yes.
I have not seen The Pink Panther in decades.
I have not seen it in a very long time. I remember watching it many times before, but this, and you mean The Pink Panther, not A Shot in the Dark.
That's the second film. So Pink Panther.
Really?
It
I
is.
thought it was the other way around.
I did too. And I found out recently that one is the second film. So we're going to go for the original Pink Panther, or otherwise known more commonly as El Pantera Rosa.
It is not.
It is.
You're
Spanish
lying.
for Pink Panther. I looked it up.
You are so lying.
I'm not lying. It actually is true. El Pantera Rosa. So join us next week for that little pink kitty cat and Max for Max Mike Movies Look at The Pink Panther.
This has been a co-production of The Voice of Max and The Movie Wrench.